Alright, today I am doing something crazy. This is Dungeons, Dragons and Space Shuttles, the Modpack. It was designed for suffering, both the early game and the late game. I didn't just have to survive the hordes of OP monsters and machine gun-like skeletons, I also had to build rockets and venture out to space. Oh, and yeah, did I mention that I will do this in hardcore? But despite all of this, with enough determination, I believe I can win this. And this is how I started the epic journey. And we spawned in. For some wood. The early game can be quite brutal. Firstly, because of the madness that these mobs are, and secondly, the super annoying crafting recipes. One of them is this. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. Now you may be wondering, Bondi, why do you have an axe and other items already? Now these items are the axe, which breaks quite fast, the quest book, more on that later, 4 burgers, a backpack, which holds 18 items, and a vial of shielding. But that's basically nothing. And right after that I decided to take a peek at the structure near me. I want to check out this little altar of fountain here. And so did I, by making my first pickaxe. And our first pickaxe is done. Now, there was nothing interesting in that chest except for that raisin bread, so I just left the rest of the things there. Now the quest book. As the name suggests, it gives the player tasks. If every single task is done, I win the game. In total, there are 1750 quests, and by this moment I have completed my second task. Only 1748 to go. Now back to exploring. Yeah, I think it is time to check out that village over there. And when I got to the village, I found a diamond trading villager. I got jump scared. I stole a hammer. Here's hammer. Too bad, I'm taking it. And I stole wool to make a bed. And lastly, I stole all the books. Yeah, I am taking all of the bookshelves. But now, at the end of the day, I went for a quick resource run and slept. Day 1 survived. To start off the second day, I want to explain a pretty cool mechanic. Not eaten yet. What does it taste like? Do you see these particles? It means that I have tried out a new food. And this is important, because if the player eats 50 kinds of food that he didn't taste yet, then he gets a heart. And if he eats 50 more kind, then he gets another one. By the way, approximately there are 1400 kinds of food. For me, this is pretty important, because more hearts might save me from permanent death. And oh yeah, I found my first diamond. And right after the adventure, I started preparing for a mining trip. The first step was to gather wood. Then I made proper tools, such as the IOT. Their full name is All-in-One Tool, as it can be used as a pickaxe, as an axe, as a hoe, as a shovel, and most importantly, as a sword. With that explained, I finally started heading down to the mines. For you, this is where the real fun begins. For me, it will be hard. And after a little mining, I encountered my first monster.
First encounter.
Which was pretty easy to beat, unlike this one.
This is not good. He has an axe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is this again? Yeah, I am not dealing with any of that.
So probably my voice tells it, but I had enough already. I didn't want to lose 9 hearts instantly like before, so I just dug out. Then I ran home and started progressing through the quest book. Let me show you a few things. This is the hammer, arguably the most important tool in the early game. It is used to smash 2 ingots together, to form a plate. Plates are used everywhere. For example, they are used when making armor, and this can be very expensive.
This will be expensive.
Like this copper chestplate casually costs 16 copper ingots, and it barely defends the player from anything. And if you'd ask, but why don't you just make iron gear then? The crafting recipe looks like this. Do I even need to tell you that this is out of our reach?
I'm done.
Oh, and by the way, during the grind I got a friend.
Alright, buddy. This will be your home for the rest of your life.
And I also got a shulker box.
And we've got our first shulker box. We just surround it with iron. Then we got an even bigger one. Wait, can I store my back? Dude, so efficient.
Now, I've done some nice progress, but if I want to go further, I would have to go mining again, but that would be equal to a death wish. So I decided it was time to make some even better armor. Since I have run out of copper, I had to come up with something else. Clay armor. With its flower emoji. Trust me, it will get better. And my lightened self quickly ran for clay. On my way, I stumbled into whatever this
You are
is,
no joke.
and just hide it from it.
Alright, man.
And of course, mine the clay. But on my way home, I stumbled upon a little cave and I just couldn't resist the urge to go down. I spent an hour mining in that little cave, by the way. Oh, and I committed some shenanigans.
For more.
After the little side
myself.
quest, I'd made my clay armor and felt better ready. And this is not me battling grass, I was just collecting seeds to grow different plants. Now, I want to show you that where are we progressing exactly. In the quest book, there are different kinds of quest lines. For example, the kitchen workshop. But our goal is to get to the tier 1 main quest line. This is where I initially progress through the game towards spaceships. But the smelteries quest line is also important, so I branched out towards that too. Basically, this is where I will get cool weapons and tools. And just as always, I grinded a little bit by gathering rubber. It is used later in the game, by the way. And I also made myself a grappling hook, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to work.
See? Why isn't it working? Oh man.
But now, I think I have bored you enough, so I figured it was time to go exploring. I quickly grabbed my shulker box and set on the journey.
Nice loot. So let's set out. Beehive.
And it didn't take long till I found a well.
Just a little well. That's it. No. This goes down pretty deep, actually.
But after this, I logged in and continued my travels.
There's a little tent. And actually, now that we are here, please don't be angry. This was a quest. Yes! This is what I was looking for.
So you see, there was a quest earlier which required redstone, an ore that can only be mined by a diamond level pickaxe. Now that I have acquired one, I could have progressed more, but I decided that I want to explore further. And shortly after, it turned out to be a fruitful decision.
Right, this kind of nice look too. Ah. 2 diamonds? That's very nice. Oh, and another one. Oh my god. Another 2 diamonds. I am getting so rich right now. And also a Kirby plushie, which is actually a quest, as you can see.
Not so long after, it started getting dark, and I didn't have my bed on me. Fortunately, there was a house right in front of me.
What's up?
If I got in, I could skip the night. But the zombies had other plans. Fighting them wouldn't have been a problem, but I have spotted a mini-boss skeleton in the distance, so I called the mission off and dug into the ground.
Nice amounts of zombies everywhere. Right, it is sunrise if everything is right. Now I may get out of my little hidey spot.
As soon as I got out, the first thing I did was that I have checked out yesterday's house and stole the bed. Even though traversing through the terrain was hard, I quickly ran into a village, which I have obviously raided. I found bees.
Bees. Wow.
I stole a handsaw.
Handsaw.
Lastly, robbed Jen. And crashed out by the villager sounds.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
After my little village experience, I decided to look around a bit and found this.
I don't like it when I am in survivor mode and the game just runs a bunch of comments. Right, we are going to check this out.
Check out I did. First I went upstairs.
There is nothing upstairs.
Then took a long walk down the staircase.
Finally.
This was a roguelike dungeon. If you are not familiar with it, it is basically multiple levels of dungeons, with every single one being harder than the previous one. Now obviously, the loot also gets better the deeper you go, which results in a more risk, more reward situation. But since we are in hardcore, I had to be very careful.
Thank you. Oh. This is so good actually. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game.
And besides the weapons, I also took a tactical lava, which can be deployed on mobs when necessary. And as promised, I ran into the first pair of spawners pretty soon.
Hello. Why don't I have torches in my hand? Oh my god.
these zombies didn't even had a chance, but the next ones were a bit more trickier.
Alright, this place is massive. Hello? Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, this is not good. He has a spawner on his head.
Yes, the problem here isn't that they have 20 hearts, but the fact
Zombies.
that one of them had a spawner on their head.
Get him first.
These ones act as moving and fighting spawners, which makes them able to summon more monsters. Obviously, thanks to Minecraft, I could place blocks and could create a little barricade, allowing myself to farm them down.
Actually, such a move.
After this, getting the spawners was an easy job.
Alright. Another spawner. Yo. Oh, oh, oh. Hello?
And when I broke all the spawners on this level, I went deeper, into a much more difficult territory.
Oh my god, this slow falling. Now, let's see. But I still did get trolled.
And even though this is only the second level,
My
I was struggling.
He's there, down there. No time to rest? Alright.
I had to try a new path.
Yeah, that's the final level. Hi. Hello. Do you only have a bone in your
And yeah,
hands?
even though he only had a bone in his hand, I had to retreat. I didn't
Bye.
want to fight two spawners at the same
Actually got
time.
what I wanted.
After this, I quickly gave up on the second layer and went back to the surface. There was only a little problem concerning my life, and that was the fact that I wanted to go into that tower to investigate.
Stupid. Oh, I just mined into a chest. This is actually unintentional. Yeah, come along. Hello!
And yeah, I was quite lucky that it was daytime.
Right,
If it wasn't, I probably would be dead by now. After seeing that room, I gave up on that tower for now and walked away. And the funny thing is that a smaller army of the zombies from the tower started following me.
Oh, they drop name tags. That's nice.
Yes, that guy just jumped away from my arrow. But I still shredded them with an ease.
Alright, these guys are sometimes no joke and like total bots.
Now I think it is time to go back home. On my way, I came across some structures, such as this snow castle.
Oh, hello. You blew up the whole castle. Oh my god, bro.
I went down the stairs only to realize that this is just another roguelike. Since I didn't want to waste my time, I came up.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also unlocked my first bonus heart.
Oh my god. I unlocked a new heart. Finally. Let's go. Home sweet home.
And now that I am home, and I have an anvil and name tags, it was time to name my pet sheep. I ran out excited only to see that it was long gone.
Alright, buddy. Alright, buddy. Alright, buddy. This will be your home for the
Since I got an iron pickaxe from the exploration earlier, I was finally able to mine redstone. It was almost always protected by some chungus skeleton or some dumb lava octopus, so I couldn't lay my hands on them that easily. Even the upper levels were dangerous. For example here, I had the duel of my life against a stupid skeleton.
Alright, this was harder than it should have been.
But in the end, I struck gold, diamonds and redstone at the same place.
Oh my days, diamonds and redstone. Alright, we've hit the jackpot. Alright.
With the mining trip becoming this successful, I could finally reach the two big questlines I've been chasing. I started with the one that specialized in weapons and tools. Everything started with the tool station. After that, I also crafted its two siblings, the part builder
And that's it.
and the stencil table.
Here we go.
Now, a very quick explanation on them. To make a pickaxe, firstly you have to make stencils for the head, for the rod, and for a binding. After this, you grab the stencils and your materials and you put them into the part builder. And when you've done these steps, you assemble your pickaxe in the tool station. Pretty cool. My next step in the operation was to build the smeltery. Essentially, it is a huge furnace that melts, doubles and even merges your metals into alloys. With this, I would be able to make bronze, which is key to a new age.
I am finally done with the smeltery.
But first, I had to make casts out of brass. So I just threw my copper and silver into the smeltery and waited for them to form brass. Then I could make the casts.
I want some ingot casts. Nice.
And finally, the bronze, copper and tin mixture. But I was bored, and I was going crazy due to the grind. I had to conquer a dungeon again. Knowing nothing, I ventured out to the new snow castle and went down.
Alright. I genuinely got scared.
As I was slaying the monsters, I was struggling.
No, thank you guys. I hate you. This is a very bad spot to be in.
It wasn't easy.
Just made it out this way. I don't like it that monsters can basically jump out of everywhere. Just as I said. Just as I said. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game.
Here, I had to retreat. I don't remember why though, but it has led me straight into my enemy's arms. For a moment, I saw everything.
Oh.
I was finally freed.
Oh my god.